Yo, give me a second, man. We got a real good discussion we got to have today. Got to talk about it. Has to be said. Hold up. Y'all bear with me. How good are y'all day today, man? If you was mentioned, I wanted to tell you I love you and thanks for the love and support. And we got to get into a deep conversation. Y'all let me know how the sound is going for y'all too. Hold up, give me a second so I can read y'all comments. Make sure before I get started. It's a beautiful day today though, that's for sure. Y'all bear with me. I see a lot of beautiful people on the live today too, man. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, it's gonna be a good day. But what we got to talk about today, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Everybody that's sending stars, thanks for the support. Keep them coming. Y'all gonna keep me live. Y'all gonna keep me bringing y'all nothing but the hottest material and the best blog stuff ever. But this one we got to talk about today. Oh my God. I need to mute this one out just so I can be able to read my comments from my screen over here. I told y'all when I started this podcast, it wasn't going to be nothing to play with. So, all right, hold on. Let me sit this down. All right. First of all, I'm going to give y'all the video. This video is going viral all day long. So I felt like I wanted to put this together for y'all. Let me know right now. Can y'all see me out? Y'all only see me out of one camera, right? Let me show y'all something though. Let me show y'all something. All right, let me pull this video up. Bear with me. It'd be nice if we had a brief commercial break, but we don't. So, all right, here we go. Let's get into it.
I'm sorry?
What kind of dog is it?
He's a cane Corso.
He's a what?
A cane Corso.
What is that in English?
It's a larger dog, and their breed is meant for guarding and protecting. They're very protective of their home and their family.
Okay, so what's your disagreement?
Honestly, I don't have a disagreement. I just came here because I honestly want some advice from you.
It says disagreement day.
Oh, I know, but this is my first time catching you on live. Normally, I'm asleep. And
You have a job?
I do. I own a business.
Okay, so I do too.
And I do have a question. If you don't
But I
mind.
have a business. And if you wanted my advice, you could always book a session if you can't catch us at the show live.
I'm definitely. I was trying to go online earlier.
But all you have to do, man, but see, what kind of business do you own?
I own a pet grooming, doggy daycare, and indoor
Okay,
dog
so
park.
what you're basically trying to do is I have a disagreement day, and you basically came in and said, damn your topic, I want to ask you what I want to ask you. And
Okay.
but you are more than welcome to go on my website and purchase your time to talk with me one-on-one. Because what you're trying to do is rather rude. But I will go ahead and do it because I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson. How old are you?
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
35 years old. 35 years old and you're a business owner.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And what's your question?
My issue is, I want to know at what point when just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that when I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? Or can I put some in?
All right, I want to pause that first, man. When she said that when she tries to talk down, when she wants to talk down, I'm going to have a problem with that, with people who feeling like they're up here and a person is like way below them. And from that first problem that she says she had with men, usually with her dating, she tells them that she has a business and they automatically start asking to invest in her business. Now, me personally, a lot of women have came to me for advice about men, and that was never, ever the problem. I've never heard of a woman coming to me and saying that men that she meet want to invest in her business. Because I look at that from a different standpoint. Like, if a man is willing to invest in your business to try to help take your business to a whole nother level, I don't really see the problem. Unless the man is trying to control your business. Because some people, if they've put money into something or situation, they may feel like they can control it. Now it's part mine. Now, unless this guy was talking about, these men was asking to buy a stock in her company or buy a share in her company, then I could get why she may be scared away by those questions. But I'm gonna let this finish because I just want to, the guy that spoke on this, or the person that was interviewing her on this show, he didn't want to help her, and he basically let her know that off up front. So I'm thinking that's the reason why he had these type of answers. So let me bring it back. I'm gonna rewind it just a little bit.
Do you own?
I own a pet grooming, doggy daycare, and indoor
Okay,
dog
so
park.
what you're basically trying to do is, I have a disagreement day, and you basically came in and said, damn your topic, I want to ask you what I want to ask you. And
Okay.
But you are more than welcome to go on my website and purchase your time to talk with me one-on-one. Because what you're trying to do is rather rude. But I will go ahead and do it because I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson. How old are you?
Okay.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
35 years old. 35 years old and you're a business owner.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. And what's your question?
So my issue is, I want to know at what point when I'm just meeting a guy, do I tell him that I'm a business owner? Because my problem is that when I try to date down and the conversation comes up to where I own a business, the guy is either like, hey, can I come join in on you on that business? Or can I put some money and be a business partner? And I'm not looking for that. And I honestly... Hold on. I need to be clear on this subject.
Where are you at?
North Carolina.
And you're saying when to tell somebody you own a business?
Because I find when I date down, guys see an interest and want to be like a business partner. And I'm learning that maybe I need a high value man because that's what.
Well, first off, ma'am, I really don't understand. What kind of man are you talking about? Because owning a business is no different than having a job, in my opinion. And I'm not getting what you're saying. When should you? I'm not understanding why this is an issue. If you're, what kind of men are you? What kind of men are you?
Now, I get what he's saying when he's saying owning a business is kind of like having a job. It is, but you're working for yourself. So I don't know why he kind of downplayed her saying that she owns a business. And I feel like people out there, if you own your own business, take pride in that, especially if you're able to make six figures. Now, she's been in business for 9 years, and from the video, she said for the past 3 years, she's been making six figures, which could be $100,000 or more. So when she says her preference is for a man to make six figures, obviously, for the most part, people are going to judge you based off six figures is your preference. What about everything else? Because You can ask for a man with 6 figures, doesn't mean he's going to be a good man to you. A man with 6 figures, it could be a man who controls you, a man who wants to beat you up. It's all type of men in the world. So because he didn't ask those questions, it left us as the audience wondering, what else are you looking for other than a man who makes 6 figures? So it's going to come off. A lot of people, this video is going viral everywhere because people automatically assume that this lady has no other preference other than this man. She wanting a man who makes 6 figures. And I want to say this too, to clarify it up, what this man was trying to say, because he's obviously not 100% correct. He is correct in a sense of men who are making 6 figures, men who are look at themselves as being up here, successful men, tend to want a certain type of woman, and they can choose because so many women want this type of guy who makes this type of money. And until they get with this person, they don't know what they're getting into. You know, some men in power are controlling. Some men in power have to have multiple women, and they cannot be with just one woman. Understand this, when you're dating a man of that status, it's a lot of women around the world who want to be with that man. So therefore, he has so many different women he can choose from. So understand this, for the women out there that's looking for a man who makes 6 figures or better, and that's what your goal is in the initial sense of dating, is they have to make a certain type of money, then you have to understand that that's going to be a thing that comes with it with a lot of them. And let's get past this part though. I want to go more into it, but I just wanted to pause that to speak on that part, coming from a man who makes 6 figures.
Dating.
I try to give guys that not a chance.
You try to do what?
I try to give guys that's not on my level a chance.
Why? What do you mean on your level? What does that mean?
That's making 6 figures or more.
But I don't okay. You try to give guys who are not on your level a chance. Why?
And because I honestly want a 6-figure guy, is what I'm realizing.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and net it out for you. You ready?
Uh-huh.
The guys you want aren't asking you out.
Well, I haven't been putting myself out there, honestly.
But you put yourself out there enough for the guys you don't want or beneath you to ask you out.
Those are right guys I met online.
Right. So, again, the men you want are not asking you out. See, you ladies do this. You go and deal with men who you feel are beneath you, and then you ask how to fix them. I'm not beneath you. I don't know how to fix a guy that's down there. That's not my concern. The better question is, why can't you get a guy on your level? That's the real question. Well, first of all, I would tell you what I said in here automatically is a problem. Why you would come onto a show that you know is a disagreement day? It's selfish. It's like, well, yes, ma'am. It's like, I want what I want. I don't say things for no reason. That's why I asked you questions. You're 35 years old, a business owner. That means you understand what business is, and you know this is a business. And I have a show title. And you said, "Damn your show title, I want to talk to you." But you could have went to my business and booked time to talk to me, but you wanted what you wanted, how you wanted.
I'm sorry.
No, and I'm using this as a lesson. That's the problem with too many of you black women. You don't do shit the right way with black men. That was improper. And when I told you the right way, you still were like, well, whatever. So I'm gonna use this. When was the last time you had a relationship?
Like the end of last year, around December.
How long did it last?
A year.
A year? And was that man, did you go to college?
Did I go to college?
Yes.
No, sir.
Okay, and how long have you owned your own business?
9 years.
And how long have you been making 6 figures or more?
The last 3.
Okay. Okay. Why do you need a man making six figures?
Because I'm finding out that the guys that I date, it's not working out.
What does it have to do with money?
Because I feel like I need a guy that I can respect and admire, and I'm ambition, and I want a guy that has that drive too. And when he doesn't, I find myself, encouraging him, like, hey, babe, you can do this and you can do that. And then,
all right, so in North Carolina, what percentage of the population, what percentage of men in this country make six figures or more?
I think it's like 5%. I'm not
closer to 10. So,
okay.
10%. All right. So the question is, what do those men who make that kind of money, who all women tend to want, what do they want?
I feel like they want arm candy, somebody who can have more to bring to the table than just looks, but also bring balance to their life. I feel like I can help them out on
Okay, slow down. I'm not understanding. You said they want arm candy, then you contradicted yourself. They want somebody that more than just looks.
Yeah, arm candy, but something behind, bring with it, and more in depth.
Do you know any men who make six figures or more?
My dad and my uncle.
Do you know any men that you are related to that make six figures or more?
All right, man. Let me see. Let me see. As you can see, he still goes on about the six figures, and he didn't ask her the right questions. And I do feel like he was being rude. I feel like he was being an asshole. And I do know the reason why he was being an asshole. If you paid attention to the beginning, the guy said, you have to hit me up and pay for the sessions, basically. She starts the video off saying she's a fan. She watches his content. She always wanted to talk to him basically about this topic, but she never got around to it. So he seems he was a little upset because she didn't hit him up through the proper channels. And she basically interrupted a session that he was doing that day. It had nothing to do with relationships. It was about something totally different. I still feel like he could have been nicer to this lady and at least asked more questions, but he didn't want to know. So I'm gonna ask these questions to this lady, because I will say this: for the way she sit there and listen to this man be rude, and she didn't get loud and disrespectful, not one time, I have to do this. How many of you women right now looking at this live would have been able to sit there that calm, cool and collected, and not cuss this man out? How many? Please comment, let me know. I can't see the comments right now. For everybody that's been sending stars, thanks for the love and support. Thanks for supporting my channel. Thanks for supporting me and my wife. If you're seeing this stream from YouTube, thanks. I'm streaming from both right now. But my thing is on this one, he could have been nicer to her, but he did let her know before they got into it, she had the option to back out of it. So I'm not gonna attack him for what he did. It's his channel, it's his show, and he can do his show how he wants to. So for me, personally, I just wanna say this to this young lady. You have to love yourself and have confidence in yourself. When the man told you that you can't possibly say anything a 7, basically he put you in a box to make you say below a 7. He asked you, what do you feel like you look? How do you feel like you look? And you said a 5 when you wake up, and you said a 6 when you get done up with your makeup and your hair and all of that. You only put yourself up 1 point. Forget what any man says to you. If you think you are a 10, you say you are a 10. Ladies, everybody that's on this live right now, if a man tells you that you should say, he cannot ever tell you how to feel about yourself with your confidence level. So I had a problem with her for saying that she was a 5 and a 6 when she puts makeup on. If that's really what she believes, then it's okay and it's fine. But because he gave her a measuring stick to go off of with the 7, I felt like that's why she did it. I could be wrong. So, but she went on to say that she doesn't need the makeup, the wigs, and all of that. And then he cut her down even more when he said, well, if you didn't need those things to look better, why do you have those things on? To every woman who wears that stuff because you want to feel more beautiful, you think you look better with it, I'm not going to judge you on that, because if that's what makes you more confident, do you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody will love you for that, and you just have to wait for the person who really naturally loves you, genuinely for you. I would like to know, young woman around the world, if you do a response to this video, if you want to come on my podcast, or any of that, you let me know. But I would like to know, what else are you looking for in a man other than him making six figures, since this guy didn't ask that? Because if you jump out there and just say, I want a man who makes six figures, then you setting yourself up for failure automatically, just off of that alone. Because now I guess it doesn't matter what else this guy can offer other than him making six figures. And that's his money. You know what I'm saying? Those six figures is his money. So it has nothing to do with the money that you're making. And I don't know. I definitely want to go to the comments and see what some of you women are saying, or even some of you men. But I will say this to the young woman that was in that video that was able to sit there and refrain from cussing this man out, being disrespectful, getting mad, getting brought out of character. I have to give you respect for that, and I have to say this live on this live right now, that your stock has risen. Your stock risen off of that. It's a lot of men out there that may make six figures or more that watched you sit through that and not lose your cool. And they may be interested. I'm just speaking from, I know the fact that you didn't turn up on him says a lot about you. But let me get into this right quick. And to that brother, man, you could have showed more compassion.
So let me.
I can't tell you how to run your show. That's your show, and I get it. She didn't go through the profit channels, but you could have definitely showed more compassion. You can't give what you don't have. Love yourself first and know your self-worth. Affirmation. Thank you. That's facts. Taria Harris, thanks, man. I'm gonna start shouting out the names of the people who sent in stars, and I want to speak more on this. Let me see. I don't wear makeup. Never have I believed my black is beautiful, dark-skinned girl, and I love the skin I'm in. There you go, Superstorm. Always be confident in yourself. If someone asks you that and tell you that you're a lower number than what you are, you tell them, well, to you I'm a 5 or a 6, but to me I'm a 10. You can be a 10 in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what somebody else is saying. Sean Carter, thanks for those 500 stars, Queen. I really appreciate that. That's dope. Beverly Edwards, thanks for those stars. Let me see. I believe you have to ask and pray for what you want. And first of all, I would say this to the men and the women around the world, man. You have to know what you want. Some of you guys don't have no clue of what you want. You think you know what you want, but you don't know. So I would say this for men and women around the world. You might want to sit down and write it down and really dig in deep to what you want. And to every woman who has children, he made it seem like any man that makes six figures is not looking for a woman who has a child. I would disagree with that, because it is men out there who make six figures. Myself, I met my wife. My wife had children already. I had one child myself as well. I got to know my wife, and I'm gonna tell you this, it's a lot of men who feel that way, that say, I don't want to date a woman with multiple kids, whatever the case may be. They say that, but if you really get to know a person, you may definitely change that theory. Like I was the same way when I was younger. When I was younger, I said, I don't want to be with a girl who has multiple children when I was younger. I got older, more mature, and it's like, you can't fault somebody for their past. The man also said too, when she said that she had a kid while she was 16, and he asked her, why didn't she get married before she had a kid? And then he basically made it like, no one is responsible for the mistakes that she made prior to meeting them. And that part is true. But having compassion and knowing that if a girl is 16 years old and she had a kid, yes, that is a mistake. and she shouldn't be punished for that for the rest of her life. And I feel like a lot of men, if you're raised a certain way, a lot of things have something to do with how you was raised, the way you was raised. Ladies, you might want to ask questions of, do these people that you meet, did they have a stepfather? If they had a stepfather that raised them, then they're gonna have a different outlook on things. So you might want to ask ladies, to the ladies with children, you might want to ask the man, say, hey, were you raised by your father? And when they say, no, my father wasn't there for me, my stepfather is the best father in the world because he raised me, he took care of me, he gave me what I needed. He'll be able to understand about being a stepfather. He may be able to step up and commit to that role because it is big shoes to fill, but it has to be someone that can relate to that. And it's not always, it's people out here who was raised by their real parents that can still accept a woman with children. And same thing with women accepting men with children. It's the same thing. But I just feel like those are good questions to ask when you meet a man. You know, find out who raised them and how they was raised. Before you even get into a relationship, I think knowing how a person was raised and their views on life, their views on religion, their views on anything that's important in a relationship, you should unfold all of that in the dating process. And a lot of us don't unfold those things before we get dating. We start dating and then we find out like, wow, there's certain things you know you're not gonna be able to deal with. So let me get into it. Let me see what some more questions got to say on here. Love, respect, honestly, communication, trust, motivation, teamwork, relationship is not all about money or sex. It's definitely more than life than just that. And that's a fact. That is a fact. And I just want to tell y'all, man, I love each and every one of you guys for supporting this live and everybody that's been sending stars. I'm gonna go back in. I wanna finish this one. Hold on, give me a second. I want to be able to finish this video.
Not on a personal level.
So you don't know them. You don't know what they want, but you want him. Man, I'm going to suggest that you really don't know what you want. And saying 6 figures is just something that you get taken from out there. But I'm not hearing this rooted to anything. But what do you want ultimately? Do you want to be married, children, what?
Yes, I want to be married.
Do you want any children?
Yes.
How many?
I have a son now, so.
Okay. How old is your son?
He's 13.
Where's the father?
He's not in his life.
I didn't ask that. I said, where's the father?
Well, he's not like in it like I would like him to be.
All right, so let me go ahead and take this down, ma'am. Men who make the kind of money you're talking about have options, and typically they don't want to deal with women who have 13-year-old sons who are used to dating men. This doesn't sound appealing to the kind of men you're talking about. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I was thinking once I start booking session with you that
I can't change men.
I know, but I can approve myself, and I feel like I have a lot to offer to those type of men.
Oh, okay, but see, you should have stopped right there. I just told you I cannot change men. And you said, once I book a session with you, I'm not a miracle worker. I'm telling you what they want. And you're still saying, yeah, but I want them. They don't want you.
But I have been working on myself this year and booking your...
Okay, ma'am, but okay. 35, 13-year-old son with a sketchy father. Why would a man who's in the top 10% of earners who women across the country want that?
Because I have a lot to offer. I feel like...
Would you want your son to... If you had a son making that kind of money, Would you want him to bring home a woman who had a 13-year-old son from a sketchy father? Or would you prefer him to get a woman who had no children, was younger, and easier to get on his program?
Depending on his age.
See what I mean? See what I mean? This goes so deep for black women. They will even, should have been an easy question. No, I would not want my son to bring, I want the best for my son. That should have been the appropriate answer. That's why I sat up. That is bullshit. You should want the best for your son.
Of course.
But and are you thinking, my God.
If he brought home women, yes, I feel like I'm the exception to the rule. But
no, you're not. That's the problem. You all think you're the exception to the rule, but your life is proven to you that you're not.
My love life is not that good. I agree with you.
That's my point, and ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Why is that so? Okay, go ahead.
Why is it so? What is it?
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one you lies.
Now, I want to speak on that one, too. He said, I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. And he's talking about the younger girls. A lot of older guys don't understand that he has money. So when these younger women are saying things to him, he's actually believing everything that the younger woman is saying. It doesn't necessarily mean that they just... I do know a lot of women who like older guys who are established and all of that. But sometimes they use these older guys. They call these older guys sugar daddies and different things. They do all this, pretend to want this older guy, and the whole time they got a young guy somewhere treating them way different, probably disrespecting them and all that, but they only with this older guy for security, for money, for knowledge, different things. So he's right in a sense of some young girls do want older guys, but he also can't be blinded by the fact that some of these young girls are using him. You see what I'm saying? He said he can't beat them off with a stick, but he has to understand that everything that they're telling him is not true. Some of these women have some game. All right, let me get back to this. Y'all know me. When I speak, I'm going to speak 100% true.
No, younger women are attracted to older men. What are you talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So,
Did you, stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world, you don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
I mean, my body is not average, so.
But ma'am, you please don't make me say it.
Say what? I really just wanted some advice. I love your.
I'm giving you advice, but you're not taking it. The advice is, ma'am, you're average looking at best.
I'm taking it in, but.
Okay, but you're not accepting the fact that, okay, average looking women, average looking woman who's older, average looking older woman with a 13-year-old son, average looking woman with a 13-year-old son with a sketchy baby daddy. This gets worse every time I say something. And now you're asking for a man who's in the top 10% of men. You don't qualify for one. And you're making, I don't want to have to go there, but when you put in all these other factors, why can't you just get a man that's an average guy?
Sometimes I feel like, in order to fully submit, I have to feel like he's in.
Well, then you're gonna die alone. How about that? Let me just cut to the chase, ma'am. You can feel like what you want to, but women like you die alone, straight up, because you think you're better than the men that you qualify for. And the only reason, honestly, ma'am, that I can see a woman like yourself really thinking you deserve more is because you earn more money than most people around you in North Carolina. But if your ass worked at the post office, you would not think so highly of your opportunities. And that's the reality. Men don't care about your money. Not the kind of men that you want. We don't care about your money. It ain't ours. We care about the fact that you are older and you got kids. And you're average. And your reality of your life has showed you that. You don't have the kind of men that you want knocking on your door trying to find you. See, what we've done in this country, this world, is we've told women like yourself that you can have it all, and you got a Prince Charming who's 6 feet tall, 6-figure income, jawline, all this other kind of stuff. And I'm sorry, man. No. Most people get average people, especially average people. And you're an average person. I mean, let's be real. You're not running Microsoft. You got a pet grooming business. You've been making 6 figures for the last 3 years. Okay. But if I looked at you and I took all that off of you, all the eyelashes and all the hair, what do you look like under there?
I mean, I look the same.
No, you don't. Because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
I'm sorry?
No, you don't. You don't look the same because if you did, you wouldn't have all that on.
So, what is your advice for women that?
All right, I'll tell you my advice, man, because you're not listening to me. This is why I always recommend you need therapy. People think most of us in the Black community need therapy, but you're not dealing with reality. I asked you about your child's father, and you couldn't answer me. But it doesn't sound like you're too proud of him. What kind of student is your child?
He's an A student.
Does he have any behavioral problems?
No, he actually got a YouTube channel, and he's trying.
I don't need no. But where is it? But his daddy is still. If his daddy is alive, does he have a relationship with his father?
Yeah, he does.
Then what's your issue with him?
He's not business minded like my father and my uncle. And
then why did you choose to make a baby with him before you got married?
Young and dumb. I was 16.
Exactly, and that cost. See?
Yeah.
That young and dumb shit, let me stop you right here. That young and dumb shit you black women throw out as if it's supposed to get... Listen and listen well, women. Young and dumb is not a get out of jail free card. It doesn't go woof and change the fact. You still have to carry that consequence. And men are not rushing up to be stepfathers to 13-year-olds. What would be better is if you honestly sat down and asked yourself, what value can I bring to a man?
And I know that, what I can.
Well, all right. What value, what is it?
What is it? I can help him with his business. I'm very business minded on the end of helping organize. And I plant into planting my own garden, so I can definitely plant into improving my elegance with just self-improvement and working on myself. And
ma'am, at 35 years old, here's what you told me. I can help him with his business. Due respect, ma'am. And I mean no disrespect, but 20 to 30% of people own businesses. What about the 70 to 80% of men who don't own them? That means that doesn't matter. That means nothing to the average man. Then the next thing you said, I can plant. Ma'am, that means nothing to most people because we go to grocery stores. Then you say self-improvement. I gave you a shot at saying what you have to offer to men, and you said nothing that we value.
What do you value? What do you?
Book a session. I'm not doing this. Nope. I'm done. I've tried to go around, but this has happened. The older you ladies get, the more you get set in your ways. Book a session because I don't want to do this in public, man. Because you seem like a sweet woman, but you're not getting it.
All right, man. That's the end of that, man. He had me laughing with the planting shit. Like he said, we don't care about that, which is true. We don't care. That's a bonus, though, I guess. Like planting a garden and all that. That's a bonus, most definitely, man. But he ain't lying. In this era, people go to the grocery store and buy all that. And I get where he was coming from with it, but at the same time, he could have figured out a better way to talk to the young woman. She seemed like she really wanted some help. And hopefully she gets wind of what I did here. And I'm sure what I'm saying can help her way more than what he did and what he said. But to all the beautiful women around the world that have kids, don't let this man take away your joy or make you feel like there's not a good man out there for you, because it is. It's men out there that will still date you. You know, obviously it is people who have their preference. It's men who have their preference. Women that say they don't want somebody with kids. You know, that's a preference for a lot of people. But don't let that stop you guys from getting out there dating. Ask the right questions, because it's a lot of misleading people out here. Like, a lot of people pretend to want certain things. You give them your heart, you get with them, and it's totally different from what they said they wanted. You know, how many of you on this live right now have tried to date someone that told you what they wanted, and you tried to give them exactly what they wanted? They said they wanted it, but once you got with them, all of a sudden, what they say they wanted was not what they wanted. I know that sounded like a play of words, but I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to what I'm talking about. Everybody that's on this live, please hit the share button. Tag as many people as possible so they can hear this video. I really feel like I shine light on a lot of, hopefully I didn't leave anything out. Let me see, my husband raised my oldest son. Exactly, and your oldest son is gonna look at that a little different. When he meets a young lady that may have a kid or something, he's gonna look at that different. You know what I'm saying? So he's not gonna hold that as one of those things that he couldn't date somebody with kids, because being raised by a stepfather, he knows what the value is with that. At the end of the day, it's not the kid's fault. Two people don't work it out. Two parents don't work it out. It's not the kid's fault. So, but it is a lot of people who look at it like that. Let me see. Let me go to the comments. Go to the comments, man. If they can't accept me the way I am, smooches. That's facts. Somebody will. Mentality from them both, but him especially. Yeah, that's a fact, man. They both had some flaws in their delivery. You know, anytime you jump out there and start talking about a person's bank account, and that be like priority to what you want, then you're gonna have some flaws in that. Yeah, I tagged each and every one of you guys to let you know that I love you guys, and thanks for the support. That's why I mentioned every one of you. Make sure y'all hit the share button. Thanks for the stars when this live is over. For the people who continue to send stars, I thank you. I'm gonna do something for the people who send the stars. It's gonna be a drawing or something and give back to some people. And I really appreciate you guys. Follow me on Instagram at _LaTruth. Let me pull it up real quick. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my Instagram at _LaTruth. It's a verified account, _LaTruth. Make sure y'all go follow me on there. Thanks for the love and support. I'm gonna sign up off here, man. I appreciate y'all for watching, man. Deuces.